Well, the Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, Rafael Grossi, has visited Iran. This comes after the U.S. presidential election of Donald Trump. Is the timing a coincidence, or is it for Trump to get a head start before he is officially in office? Well, the results of Grossi's visit so far are a mixed bag. Well, to begin with, the IAEA chief's visit of Tehran comes as Iran has remained committed to the Safeguards Agreement 100%, meaning under the Comprehensive Safeguards Agreement, a key part of the NBT, Iran has cooperated with the IAEA and fully accounted for nuclear material on both past and present nuclear activities. A background check is also in order here. The primary source of friction between the IAEA and Tehran has been the U.S. unilateral push, I should say withdrawal that is, from the deal, and the EU's fake promise of supporting Iran after Trump tore up the deal. The U.S. unilateral withdrawal was accompanied by unprecedented sanctions, illegal under international law, under the so-called maximum pressure campaign by the U.S. Well, Iran continued to abide by the agreement in full for over a year between the years 2018 and 2019 as a demonstration of goodwill and to provide the U.S. with a ramp. Instead, Israel and the U.S. responded with escalation, assassinating Lieutenant General Martyr Haj Qasem Soleimani in January of 2020, and then the top Iranian nuclear scientist Mohsen Fakhrizadeh in November of the same year. Well, in December 2020, Iran's parliament passed a law expanding the country's uranium enrichment program to 20%. Iran would later reach 60% enrichment in June of 2021 in another attempt to force the U.S. into re-entering the agreement. Now it's November 2024, and Iran has again shown its goodwill to the IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi. The Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, who himself was a nuclear negotiator in the JCPOA talks, has said, as a committed member of the NPT, we continue our full cooperation with the IAEA. Differences can be resolved, he said, through cooperation and dialogue. We agree to proceed with courage and goodwill. And he said Iran has never left the negotiating table on its peaceful nuclear program. Well, the IAEA Director General's statements have not been that encouraging, like how space for negotiation and diplomacy is not getting bigger, is getting smaller, since some European powers are pushing for a new anti-Iran resolution at the IAEA's Board of Governors meeting next week to pile up pressure on Tehran. The head of the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, IAEA, has warned of an immediate response to any resolution by the UN nuclear agency against the country's peaceful nuclear program, echoed by Iran's foreign minister, who said that the ball is in the EU E3 court, willing to negotiate based on our national interests and our inalienable rights, but not ready to negotiate under pressure or intimidation. And finally, to have the U.S. announce that it wants behavioral changes by Iran after Iran's president's nuclear pledges, in which President Masoud Pezeshkian promised to resolve doubts ahead of Donald Trump's return to the White House, is very ironic, given how Iran is still an NPT member, is still in the JCPOA, and has not weaponized its nuclear program.